All right, welcome back here to The Hill on NewsNation. Resistance in a couple different forms tonight, both sides of the aisle. Would you look at this? This is a live look at the Senate floor inside the United States Capitol. The New Jersey Senator Cory Booker has been speaking now, get this, for close to 24 consecutive hours, lashing out against President Trump in just about every facet he can muster. Booker is about 35 minutes away from breaking the all-time record held by Senator Strom Thurmond in 1952, filibustered against the Civil Rights Act for 24 hours and 18 minutes. Here's Booker.
What the president has done is left our allies feeling abandoned, feeling degraded and insulted. He's left our adversaries feeling emboldened and has done things that has hurt our national security, that has made Americans less safe.
And tonight, a House divided over how to handle new parents in Congress. The Republican Congresswoman, Anna Paulina Luna, has been pushing for proxy voting, which would allow for new parents to vote essentially remotely in the first 12 weeks of a child's life. Without it, there's this. Congresswoman Brittany Peterson, again, showing up to work with her newborn baby. This was the House floor earlier today. Democrats, Luna, and 8 other Republicans were able to successfully push back against the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, today as he tries to shut down proxy voting, given there are constitutional concerns with the concept from the House Speaker and many conservative Republicans as well. Full panel here with me now. Mick Mulvaney, NewsNation contributor, former chief of staff in the first Trump administration. Dan Cannon, former Battleground States director for the Biden-Harris campaigns. Jessica Anderson, former budget official in the first Trump White House. Brad Howard is a Democratic strategist. Hello to you all. Nice to have you all in. You can push back.
I like pushing back on Mick. What's his name again? I'm trying to... I like the fact Cory Booker may be the only person in this town more tired than I am right now.
Mick just flew in from Australia.
He's about to be one of the richest people in this town, too. The donations come in.
So I say to Cannon, and before the show, I said, does this end with Cory Booker saying, and that's why I'm running for president in 2028?
No, it doesn't.
Well, so then what's this about?
Two things. One, I think that people, Democrats certainly, want their party to stand up and fight and do something. And I think there's lots of conversation happening about what tactic makes sense, what tactic does not make sense, the shutdown fight. I think what Booker is doing is whatever you can do. And I don't believe a certain tactic, good or bad or indifferent, is going to make or break our politics in 2026.
Okay.
But get on the field, try some things, get out there. And I will say this, 175 million likes on the TikTok live stream of what he's doing right now.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
That's a lot.
Likes, not just views, likes. The second thing I'd say is I saw Cory Booker last week at an event, and he gave a speech I'd not heard him give before in a small group about his relationship to John Lewis and what John Lewis meant to him when he was first running for mayor, when he was a child, later on became a senator. And I got the sense, thinking about that today and watching what he's doing, that he was maybe subconsciously winding himself up to do whatever he could do, whatever John Lewis might do in this situation.
He led with that. The beginning of this marathon speech was, you know, I've been thinking about John Lewis and I'm going to get into good trouble. And I'm maybe doing that here today. So you're absolutely right. He led with that. I think that's what he's channeling this moment. I think a lot of Democrats, you know, are anxious that they don't see a fight within the Democratic Party. And they don't see leadership at the moment. While it's there, I think they're trying to figure out how to connect with the base of the party. I think Cory Booker's going to have a challenge. How do you sustain this moment beyond the speech, and how do you adapt it wider movement and not make it just about you?
The short answer to your question, though, is yes, he's running for president. That's what this is. This is a good way to do it. I mean,
you think so?
Listen, I have nothing but the highest regard for what he's doing. I think this is the appropriate use. And Jessica and I were talking before the show. This is technically not a filibuster because he's not preventing the consideration of a piece of legislation, but it's really close. And this is what it's really for. I love it when senators do this. When you care enough about something to go and put yourself through this, this is the filibuster the way it's supposed to work. I don't agree with a thing he said, but I do respect the fact that he's using the tools properly.
Okay. I think his challenge is actually the same challenge that we saw with Governor Newsom in his podcast a few weeks ago, saying, no, women shouldn't be allowed in boys' sports, or men shouldn't be allowed in women's sports. However, it's all talk. So where does this go from here? Does this actually become the clarion call for the Democratic Party? Do they all of a sudden have a leader, a mandate, a focus? Otherwise, all I just hear is no, no, no on Trump, and that's it.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.